Next is India's oil and gas resources. Okay, India is one of the largest consumers of oil and gas, and in the future, too, our dependency on oil and gas will remain. In India, oil and gas is associated with areas of marine transgression, a type of an event where this was the land and the sea water enters into land. The sea water enters into the land, and whatever marine life forms we are found here, say corals or whatever life forms, marine life forms, they will die, and this area they will convert into oil fields. So when the water again recedes back, this area will have oil. So oil and gas is always associated with areas of marine transgression and areas of marine sedimentary rocks accumulation. Okay, think of the fold mountains, the Himalayas. So these areas will have amount of oil and gas. What I'm saying is India is one of the largest consumers of oil and gas. There's tremendous dependency on oil and gas. In the future also, it will remain important. If you understand POL, petroleum, oil, and lubricants, this is the largest component of imports. Okay, petroleum, oil, and lubricants. They are the largest component of imports in India. Okay, almost 3/4 and more dependent on this. That's why the oil prices do impact India's economy. So in the future also we will remain dependent. And now I'm coming toward the formation locations here. I said oil and gas is associated with the areas of marine transgression and in areas that have marine sedimentary rock accumulations. The marine sedimentary rock accumulations. Now, the areas, the oil and the gas regions of India. So, एक तो है Upper Assam and Upper Brahmaputra. Upper Assam and Upper Brahmaputra, we have uh, Dibrugarh, Tinsukia region, Digboy, the oldest oil well of India, Sibsagar, Nahar Katia. These are some of the areas of oil in Upper Assam. Dibrugarh, Tinsukia region, Digboy. Digboy is India's oldest oil well. Sibsagar, Sibsagar, Sibsagar and Nahar Katia. ये सब सारा अपर असम का पार्ट. अपर असम around Dibrugarh in Tinsukia region. The second area is the Saurashtra region, both onshore and offshore. Gujarat, Saurashtra region, onshore and offshore. Onshore में you have Ahmedabad, Mehsana, you have Kalol oil fields, and these extends towards Barmer, Ahmedabad, Mehsana. You know these names now. I have mentioned these names more than once earlier, so now these names should have stuck with you now. Ahmedabad, Mehsana, Kalol oil fields, the south of Ahmedabad, Kalol. Barmer, of course, is Rajasthan. Okay, so if you look at Gujarat here, so there is one pocket of oil here, and we also have pocket of oil here. So look at Gujarat, and of course this oil extends, and we have parts of oil in Barmer. ये बाड़मेर है, ये अहमदाबाद महसाना है, and this area is Ankleshwar, Vadodara region. So this is one pocket. Second pocket of onshore is Ankleshwar, Vadodara belt, and in offshore we have Bombay High, we have Bassein oil fields, and we also have Bhav Nagar, Aliabeth oil fields. So Upper Assam is one, and the second region is Gujarat, Saurashtra region. Okay, onshore and offshore. Onshore regions, which is Ahmedabad, Mehsana, Kalol, and Barmer, and Ankleshwar, Vadodara region, which also is onshore, are further southwest of the region. Whereas the offshore region, Bombay High में there's an oil field called as Neelam oil fields, and Bassein and South Bassein oil fields. This is offshore Mumbai. The third area of oil is the KG Basin offshore, the KG Basin offshore, and this area, the rich one, is the Rawa oil fields. KG Basin, Rawa oil fields. So ये आपका main हो गया, and then we write down there are known resources. There are known resources of oil and gas in Himalayas and along Odisha and Bengal. But these regions do not have commercial viable prospects. Okay, so the main oil regions are these three: Upper Assam, this, and the KG Basin. And I'm saying that we do have oil in parts of Himalayas. We do have oil in part Himalayas and also along Odisha and Bengal. Okay. But these are not commercial viable prospects. So these three are the main regions where we can focus. So let me give you the page numbers for references here. Petroleum resources के लिए page 837. We have a map on this, 838 and 839. This has the distribution of the oil fields. Assam, Big Boy, Naharkatia, Moran, Hugri-Jan. Okay. Then in Gujarat, onshore में अंकलेश्वर है, Lunaj oil fields है, near Ahmedabad, Lunaj, Ahmedabad and Kalol oil fields, and Rajasthan it has Barmer. Okay, so just a cross reference, okay, so that you can able to remember some of this. Okay, I repeat, onshore oil fields, we have Ankleshwar, Kambhat and Lunaj oil fields, Ahmedabad and Kalol oil fields, and Rajasthan we have the Barmer oil fields. In the offshore, we have Bombay High, Bassein, south of Mumbai High hai. Bassein is also has a good reserve. इस सारे oil में the richest region is Mumbai or Bombay High. Mumbai लिखा है, it's actually Bombay High. It's among the richest oil wells. It accounts for more than 60% of India's oil production. Okay, this is Bombay High. Bassein oil fields also large. Third, of course, Bhavnagar and Aliabeth. This also has this one. Then along the east coast, we have in Tamil Nadu, some in Andhra Pradesh. Remember the KG Basin. And the rest are all probable areas. Page 841, dekho. In fact, page 840 has a map. And I'll suggest that map will be important for you. And page 841, it mentions there are probable areas of oil. Jwalamukhi, Dharamshala, Ludhiana, Hoshiarpur, Gulf of Mannar, offshore Point Calumet, offshore deep waters Bay of Bengal, the marine delta regions of Mahanadi, Godavari, South Bengal, Andaman Nicobar Islands. These are the prospective regions that you might consider to know. But 841 you can look up the refineries. Remember, okay, the five main companies. Five main companies IOCL is the largest one. Okay, IOCL largest hai. Then we have Hindustan Petroleum, BPCL. Southern remember Mangalore refineries, and remember Reliance. IOCL is the largest one. In totality, we have 22 refineries. IOCL refinery, IOCL कहाँ पर है? IOCL नूनमटी है, IOCL is Barauni. This is near Patna. Nunmati is Guwahati. IOCL is also Koyali. This is in Gujarat. IOCL Haldia. And IOCL Mathura. So know these names, please. IOCL Panipat. You also have an IOCL one at Paradip. Okay, so 4-5 names essentially. In totality, please know there are 22 refineries that we have. So that's about the oil. About the pipelines, come to page 843. No questions asked, but you must know some of this. Okay. Remember, the pipelines are one of the cheapest transport options on land. And the only problem challenge is the construction cost. But remember, this is generally one-time cost. And in recent times, security is also a concern because the pipelines can be blown off. Okay, they can break. Okay, security is a concern. And among the important pipelines, we have HBJ pipeline. HBJ, India का ये longest है. It's more than 1700 kilometers. Page 843 देखो please. We have this pipeline that joins Nahar Katia with Barauni, Nahar Katia in Assam with Barauni. We have Bombay High with Koyali, okay, with Koyali. And another pretty long one is Salaya Koyali, Mathura pipeline. Salaya, this is near Dwarka. Page 844, dekho. Okay. This has the pipelines, okay, the oil pipelines. Okay, and one more pretty long one is the Kandla Bhatinda pipeline. And this is under expansion. So 4-5 names will suffice. So read this page 843, 844. Mein, the bulk of the oil pipeline discussion will be done. Just know this places. Okay, nothing much to add in this. There are 4 locations for refineries. Number 1 is at the oil well. This is what's called as well-based. So Digboy refinery is well-based. Ahmedabad is well-based. Okay. Barmer is also well-based. Where the well, that is where we have the refinery. The second type of refineries are port-based. These are those which are dependent on imports. Okay, so Trombay refinery, Madras refinery, Kochi refinery, Haldia refinery, Paradip, Mangalore. Okay, all of these are port-based. They're dependent on the imports. The third is they can be market-based. These are in areas of consumption. Okay, so examples of consumption-based centers: Mathura refinery, Mathura, Bhatinda, all agriculture-based. Panipat, even Barauni, the consumption-based. They are neither oil wells nor are they ports. And fourth, of course, because of political consideration. Example of this is Bongaigaon. So for locations, these are the 4 possible locations for refineries. They can be oil-based refineries, they can be port-based refineries, they can be market-based refineries, or they can be those where political considerations are more important in deciding the location. So Bongaigaon is an example of political decision in establishing a refinery. What do you think is the most desirable one? What do you think is a better one? Port-based, but more importantly, market-based. Because market-based can always sustain the demand. And port-based also are good. Okay, so port-based refineries have many of them, but we also want to expand. In fact, market-based refineries banayenge is part of dispersion. We will be able to spread the refineries better. Yes, refineries should move away from the oil fields. So if they are here, they are not good for India. Okay, fine then. That's for today. Today we have completed the energy resources. Okay, then bye bye. Take care, all of you. Bye bye.